I say, whoa, now there, it's your boy, the Toothless Wonder. Back with another video, you know what I'm saying? Word up. Uh, I guess I'm going to just piggyback. You know, I went to Boston probably about a month ago, on the precipice of some new beginnings, training for a particular skill set. Uh, about a month or, more than half over with. Uh, the transitioning out from, just previous friends, even though I've been done it, but to a greater revelation. This is that not wanting to go backwards, and I don't mean like behavior. I mean like anything that I've previously done. Um, like I really don't. I don't find it fulfilling. I don't find it purposeful. In the midst of doing it or in it, I'm kind of self-conscious, like I'm ready to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really in the moment. Like even with the whole, like I said, I used to work in the treatment, substance abuse treatment field, which like is like every other helping area. It's just fully from what I see, because the financial incentive that is there because of like the insurance game and all that. Basically become a new hustle. So typically, it's always been my belief that when money trumps the mission statement goes out the window, other than using the mission statement as a selling point to get money. You know what I'm saying? So like I've got numerous job offers in that field, um, in relation to like supervisor roles, middle management, salary positions. You know what I mean? That would help absolve, rectify certain financial goals or things I want to get out the way to do this, to whoop, to whoop, to whoop, and like yeah, cool. That's cool. But for me, the finance is a vehicle to somewhere. Just like okay, I'm in Maryland and I want to go to New York. Now the goal is to get to New York, but my thing is I have to get there a certain way. You know what I mean? Like you can, hop on a bus or I don't know, train, car, whatever. But for me, I gotta get there a certain way. And then with me working in that old field of work, um, it'll actually, even though it'll be more money that I've ever made, it'll actually slow down my progress towards what I'm actually trying to do. So in this, realm of being in this quote unquote birth pains or growing pains rather of a new beginning, um, it's like there's a lot of uncertainty. But I was just thinking about before I hopped on here how right before the breakthrough it was super uncertain, or I had come to the end of my resources or what I could do or woo woo woo. So even in this particular situation, like I've been hired overnight for another job, and I'm just not going because I don't want to go. And it's not that I'm lazy. Like when I've ever been like nobody say I'm lazy. I'm a great guy, whatever. I'm under this belief that anything that isn't spurring me towards or on the path of purpose, destiny, whatever, my spirit not gonna agree with it, even though my conscious mind don't know what that is. So I'm not looking forward to working overnight in nobody treatment center. You know what I'm saying? There's no like within the new industry I'm going into. I've never done it before. Da da da. But it's a new beginning. It's new experiences. You know what I'm saying? Something like new experiences and stepping out your comfort zone and leaning into the uncertainty has actually created this vibration which kind of sets me apart from the average person who plays it safe or uh, allows others to tell them what they're gonna like. There's no fear of failure. One, because I don't care what nobody think. And let's say I do fail. Oh, okay. But it doesn't hold me like it's not like now my personal value takes a hit because something I set out to do didn't work. Actually, most of the stuff I set out to do don't work. It just ends up working out the way it's supposed to work out. But like I was just really thinking about like technically I got what I prayed for. It just don't be coming to the. That's why I be needing to like marinate and reflect. I don't even know if it's meditation really, but like I don't know what it is. But I know all. But based on looking back at previous seasons of life, it has all the same trappings. That's why, finance wise, whatever, whatever. Like all my bills paid. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna get on like scramble mode. And even if I was, I'm still not gonna do it. Cause to me that's kinda like a lack of faith. Now granted, you gotta hustle, you gotta grind, you gotta apply yourself. But I'm just not, to me and for me, that's like moving in fear. Fear of loss and da da da. And I did that right before I went back to work this last time. Then I quit 3 months later. Um, I was kind of like on scramble mode. Did I do this? Did I check this? Now I'm just like, maybe you know what I mean? Either which way it go. And if it's not I'm going to make it because I'm used to the battle. I'm used to hardship. That's how I got to that point. If it weren't for hardship, I wouldn't be able to respond to hardship the way I do now. So it's normal. I don't even look at it like, oh my God, when is this ever going to be over? Or when da 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 da. You know what's so crazy? The way my life has been set up, when I'm actually in a comfortable position, that make me uncomfortable. Like when I was working and able to do certain things and whatever, it actually made me uncomfortable for a minute. Cause I'm like, yo, I get to chill, like nothing's really like hounding me or trying to like, you know what I mean? That I can discern, like for real. That made me uncomfortable. Cause I'm always used to having uh some type of, you know, Gibraltar type obstacle in my way. You know what I'm saying? Even now, like, as far as like the push for the quote unquote next level, which for me it'd just be working in a new industry. Even let's say I come in entry level and the pay's the same, it's not because now I'm getting tangible practical skills. And I guess in the treatment center or world is tangible practical skills. But I don't know how much that's pertinent to the functionality of everyday society. People depressed and, everybody on earth probably got some type of mental health issue, especially now living in these last days. But most people, from what I understand, just know how to live with it or function in it. You know what I'm saying? We just make it more exacerbated here with the entitlement and all this type of crap. You gotta coddle people and all that. The first step is realizing you effing you up. But yeah, I got mom issues, I got dad issues, this happening. Yeah, I get all that. You gotta deal with that. I just got to the point I just stopped like making excuses. And I think per my higher power, like I've done it, like lack of effort hasn't like putting forth effort hadn't been my issue. Not by a long shot. I've tried so much stuff, it's not working. And I think it's not working not because I didn't put forth the proper effort, but because he lead me somewhere. And let's say you know what I'm saying? I do believe in a certain amount of predestination. Like certain stuff gonna happen. Like I honestly feel, um, like I got gifts that the world need. Not in no ego type of, but when I just go into society or have the interpersonal, like I can just discern where people at with it and how far I am away from them. Not because I'm just great, but the path made that be the case. Now I see the benefit of being isolated over a decade ago or like almost a decade without holding a consistent job. You know what I'm saying? The ability to be resourceful, the ability to hold up mentally and emotionally under stress. You know what I'm saying? The ability to utilize what you do have at your disposal. You know what I'm saying? Instead of complaining about what I don't have, okay, what I do have, how can I put this into the pot to make a meal? You know what I'm saying? And then enjoy it and, you know what I'm saying? Yo, this world not gonna crush me, yo. Not no financially, not no socially, not no spiritually, not no way, shape, form, fashion. I refuse. For what? I've already been crushed. How you gonna re-crush something? But that crushing was I guess by designed by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Almost somebody of the phoenix rising from the ashes, more powerful than it was before. In its previous state. So I just learned to embrace it, cause under this belief and faith that ultimately, like even if you plant like a certain type of seed, right, and you plant in a certain geographical location, with a certain amount of rain, certain amount of sunlight, in a certain environment, it should produce a certain type of fruit. It's almost like something, beyond me has like a spiritual remote control or a hack code and just knows how to hack me or to get me to move a certain way. Even though in my conscious mind, I'm like, why do I feel the need to do this? Like, I think every human has desire for belonging, security, companionship, right? But I don't feel led to do any of that. I don't feel led, as it currently stands, to overly, unless it just happens organically in the midst of my daily whatever. And that's the most beautiful thing. When it's just, you know what I'm saying, when y'all just vibing on the set, you know what I mean? But just, oh, my intent is to go network, it ain't gonna work. I go out with the intention of, let me find a little boo thing or something, it's not gonna work. Unless it naturally happens in the course of just me doing whatever I'm doing. And those have been my experience, the best experience. Like, spirit, I don't feel like, okay, like in my mind, financially, well, yeah, go to work. My spirit, like, man, bump that, yo. We be all right. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm in this season of being, I guess, led by the spirit. And I got my fault as y'all see me still smoke. My magnets ain't came in yet. I'm wondering, I had to email them. Like, yo, where my magnets ain't help me stop smoking, yo? Sidebar, but that's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm really on this, like the isolation used to be vexing to me. Now, I kind of have to force myself to be social. Because I'd rather spend time, like I'm down here by the water. And I guess I'll, like, do some, put my weight vest on, do some squats out here by the water. But I don't find it bursting. And after that, like, if I ain't had nothing else to do, like, I'll just sit out here and pray, talk to myself, just marinate. Like, that's where I'm at with it. I'm done worrying about, oh, well, what if this happened? Do I have this? And whoop, whoop. I go to war with what I got. You know what I'm saying? And if I got it, then that's all I need. Because I've been used to doing more with less. Or maximizing things. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't tripping. And then, like, in my mind, like, okay, I'm not tripping, right? So does that mean I'm getting lazy? Like, I got to, sift through all that. Does that mean I'm getting lazy? You know what I'm saying? Or am I just too comfortable? I don't think that's the case. And typically, we're supposed to be practical, logical, right? But if you read the script, a lot of times when God calls you to do something or he's leading you a certain way, it actually defies all human wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Or it doesn't make logical sense. That's why I'm glad the journey kind of set up where I don't have nobody around me to, like, kind of interject they 2 cents. I spent enough time sifting through myself to find my own answer. But, oh, you're not going, oh, you must be lazy. Oh, you ain't working. You ain't this type of mind. First of all, I don't care nothing about your opinion because not that I'm better than anybody, but you're in no position to tell or to critique anyone's character. And I think as far as that goes, that's probably the main reason for the self-imposed isolation. Because now I understand that if people are devoid of true character, they'll do anything. And then with me being set up who I am, it seems as though, like, they might treat somebody else all right, and they might like me to a certain point, but at some point they become envious. Because I heard someone else say, like if you're called or chosen, quote unquote, you end up, and if people around you for a period of time, like, they might like your energy, being around you, they feel safe, woo, 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 right? But what ends up happening is you end up shining a mirror on where they're deficient at. And instead of working on it or asking you or whatever, they'll end up despising you. And they'll seek to bring you down from what they believe is a high horse, when it could be anything further from the truth. Like, when I worked in treatment, I used to tell them, man, I got a real Negro story. And that's why I believe this path has been set by the Most High. Because even though I still smoke cigarettes and I still got a few internal issues, like, can't nobody tell I've had so many near-death experiences I can't remember. Like, somebody else had to remind me. I've been betrayed more times than I can remember. You know what I'm saying? I've been out of work up until this last season, for a decade. But when people see me get down, it's like, can't nobody tell I haven't worked consistently over a decade. You know what I'm saying? I'll exercise and all that, so can't nobody tell I done broke my neck. You know what I'm saying? Like all the wisdom, which now I understand why especially in Proverbs, the Old Testament, it really speaks so much on wisdom, because that's what helps you navigate life. And I think in wisdom, I'm being wise in how I'm maneuvering. When I relate, okay, when I, do an internal inventory of myself, and then, an outward inventory of the world around me, this is the best course of action for multiple reasons. And, I got a little motion going now, I guess. But I got, of course, the Most High. But I had to put the footwork in all by myself. I didn't have no support. I didn't have nobody teach me credit, or I would have researched stuff on YouTube or Google, but I didn't have no support. I didn't have a social grouping I could lean on, or vent to, nor would I probably want to. You know what I'm saying? I did all that on my own. I go dug off somewhere and pray and whatever, and you know what I'm saying? Try to make the best decision possible. You know what I'm saying? So now it's been to my benefit, because now I'm able to do things as a human that I see most people can't. Every time somebody else got a problem, especially as a man, which it is wise to seek wise counsel in the situation, depending on what it is. But every time I got an issue, I don't have to run to I want to go instantly into problem solving. Even if that problem solving means this, like I'll solve the problem, but it might be 6 months down the road. This will be a process. But at least I'm actively engaged in the change. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just letting life just take it to me. And I go through oh man, should I quit and all that? But it's crazy, because I be wanting to quit like, man, hell, I done came far enough. Nobody thought I'd come here, including myself. It's good enough and just pack it in. But I couldn't even do it if I wanted to. Something is just spurring me on. Like, even if, like, say you're in a storm, or like you see them videos of hurricanes with a reporter on that joint, he's going into the wind, and he's facing all this resistance. And you see his little jacket flapping behind him. Sometimes it'd be like that, but I'm still muscling forward. So then, here the crazy part, and I use this analogy as far as going uphill, but I'll keep the rain analogy or the storm analogy. Okay, it's tiresome. You're battling the wind, the rain, the elements. Your clothes are wet, so it's more weighty. Whatever, right? Going towards a particular destination, let's say safety, right? Or shelter. What I didn't realize in using the going uphill strategy or analogy was that because I've been, going against the resistance, when the resistance is gone, I'm actually stronger and faster in fair weather. And on that, I'm going to leave y'all.